What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. This will be a snippet from an ongoing action fantasy web novel that I'm writing over on Tapas. I've used different ideas from this from some of the other stuff that I had, like for Kai Hexum and Mallory Dane, and so I fused it together into a story that I called the Hexum House. Head over to Tapas to read more, but allow me to leave you with a short summary, and then I will do a little snippet from the first chapter. Kai Hexum was just a normal American teenager, dealing with bullies at school by day and indulging in geeky activities and creative pursuits at night. But a near death experience awakened a power from deep within, and now he's green? And he has magic? And he has to go train his new powers with his Uncle Zeb at the mystical Hexum House, which has doorways to extradimensional Fae Realms? Wow, Kai Hexum sure is in for one epic adventure. And here's just a little bit of the first chapter. It was Friday night, October 31st, 2025, Halloween. I was standing in front of Witch's Castle, an old abandoned stone house in the densely wooded forest park in Portland, Oregon. While everyone else was out trick-or-treating or attending Halloween parties, I was there by myself. I didn't have any friends to spend the holiday with anyway, but that was fine with me. I was more of a loner. So there I stood, the towering 5'2" monolith that I was. I had always hoped my growth spurt was just delayed, but now that I had turned 16, I realized all hope of a taller me was down the drain. I mean, shit, I was even shorter than most of the girls in my high school. My hair was short and black, but it was hidden underneath a dark red wig. I was wearing a checkered, black and biscuit green hope I said that right, over a white robe and black pants, though the outfit was a bit too baggy for my skinny, scrawny body. Yes, I indeed was dressed as Tanjiro Kamado from the anime Demon Slayer. I had my fake plastic katana, and a camera set up on a tripod to record myself training, in a forest setting for my fanboy YouTube channel. Hey, I was a pretty big deal. I had almost 100 subscribers. There was a bit of a chill in the air from the afternoon rainstorms, which was typical of the Pacific Northwest. Just then, I heard voices approaching and groaned as I recognized them. "Well, if it isn't Guy Rectum," said Billy Bowerstone as he spotted me. This meathead was my biggest bully from school. Of course, he was a tall, muscular jock and had a few of his cronies with him. The nickname was a play on my real name, Kai Hexum. "What do you want, man? I'm kind of busy here," I said in an annoyed tone. I just want to play with this sword too," he said with a smirk as he grabbed my katana and began swinging it around. His friends laughed and cheered like the mindless chumps they were. "Come on, guys, just leave me alone," I said as I shook my head slowly. Billy then swung the sword hard into my back. I yelped. "Request denied," he cried antagonistically. "You are creeping on my girl, and for that, you gotta pay the price." "Dude, the school assigned me to tutor Ashley for English Lit," I shouted angrily. "I'm not trying to freaking steal her. What the hell, man?" "I don't like your tone," Billy said as he swatted me again. "Just go away, you stupid piece of shit," I cried out in rage. He did not like that. "That's it," Billy growled as he threw the sword away. Him and his cronies surrounded me, and he punched an open palm in a threatening manner. "You need to learn to respect your betters." The ground rushed up to meet my head as I was showered with a hail of fists. The bullying had become much worse lately, and I realized I should probably start learning martial arts for real to defend myself. Suddenly, there was a loud rustling in the trees nearby, and we all looked over to see something big creeping out into the illumination of my camera's ring light. It was some kind of troll creature that was at least 7 feet tall, with two long horns jutting out of its forehead. It had wide shoulders, and its incredibly muscular frame was covered in tattered rags. It held a massive sword in one hand and bared its fangs as it growled at us. "Neat Halloween costume, but we're busy here. You mind?" Billy said with a sigh. The troll's eyes began glowing red as his nostrils flared. He roared loudly, unleashing a crimson energy shockwave from his mouth towards us, pushing us onto our backs. "What the hell?" one of the guys screamed in horror. "Run!" cried another. They jumped up and took off running down the dirt road, leaving me there to face this monster alone. "Don't leave me!" I yelled out after them as I jumped to my feet. I stared in despair as I saw them vanish around a curve up the path. And then I felt a sharp pain that made me gasp. I looked down to see the troll's sword sticking out from my chest, my own blood dripping from the blade. pulling around my feet on the ground. It hurt so bad. The troll grabbed my shoulder with one hand and ripped the sword free with the other. I screamed out in agony. He spun me around to face him and lifted his blade, preparing for a final strike to finish me off. There was a swift whooshing sound as the weapon came down toward my skull. This was it. My death was coming far sooner than I would have ever expected. I'd never get to attend college and become a published author like I dreamed. I'd never get to kiss a girl. I'd never get to see my mother again. And that's where I'll leave that snippet there. If you want to read the full chapter, head over to Tapas. I'll leave a link in the description. And yeah, as always, have a great rest of your day. Stay magnificent, and may the force be with you.